Hey everybody, Snick here, and today we're gonna just be watching memes because I couldn't figure out anything for the life of me. So, yeah. um. So anyway, yeah. I don't know what memes to start with. I think I have. I'm not sure if my buddy is in the chat. So yeah, I just gotta make sure someone's in the chat. Oh, hey, new master. So this is one of my friends this is actually the friend that did the Call of Duty video with me. Hello, Miss. Misk actually happens to be a friend of mine as well. So yeah. Hey, new master. So yeah, new master did the COD video with me. If for all of you who remember. Anyway, let's start these memes, shall we? Can one of y'all give me a meme to start with? What video do you guys want me to start with? It's up to you guys. Any video is fine. All right. Oh. You're not funny. Anyway, let's do you laugh, you grin memes. Also, let me know if you can hear the video.
Coming straight in. Trust me, I've got nothing.
New master, can you hear the video at all?
No!
Can you hear the video? Alright, as long as you can hear the video.
I had you looking in the wrong section. How could I be so stupid?
Bro.
Hey! What are you doing?
Yeah, let me turn it down a little bit.
I need that
Let me turn it down a little bit.
Andrew Tate!
Oh, yo, it's Speed.
Water. The One Piece is real.
Oh, no! Oh, holy.
It's not so bad.
Bro, he's weird. He's weird.
Oh, he thought life was easy. Nah, you better take them bills, boy. They ain't going away. I ain't coming to play. You should try to move Paddock today.
Lemon.
Damn. I don't know if this is gonna get copyrighted. Not that it matters. I'm not even monetized, so. What the hell? Bro, what are those?
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Un video más, mi gente, me encanta esta vaina.
He's waving to the demons in his closet. Prove me wrong.
Óigame, salsa y picante. Y nos fuimos.
Bro. Yo, damn. This man got skills. speed. Good?
Polly want a cracker? Polly wants your mama's sweet ass.
Damn.
What did Polly say to me? I said, Polly. You don't be talking about my mama, son.
Bro, what do these mean?
I know what's going on with you. Yeah, yeah. 1 month of singing. Yeah, yeah. 1 year of singing.
Here's to the
Peter Griffin.
Bro said he paused his game to be here.
Bro's a wizard. That truck is being driven by wizards. Harry Potter was in that truck, bro. Fucking. Oh my god. I won't lie, I don't get this one.
Oh, Jesus. Spider-Man is here. What happened? I was bitten by a regular spider. Do you have any powers or anything? I have the power of minutes left to live. I shit web.
He has the power of minutes left to live. Oh, I get the joke my friend was telling me that other day.
Un video más, mi gente, para perder tiempo. Papá, Pikachu, y nos fuimos.
Gigi Geigo.
Bring it on! SpongeBob can handle it.
I guess this is the perfect stream for you, isn't it?
Hey, how come when they act up, all they get is the welcome wagon? If you ask me,
Okay, Mr. Squidward, take it from the top. All hail Plankton.
Oh,
The little ugly mollusk ran all the way home. You know, Patrick, I think you have gravity trouble.
Is that all you got?
Right.
I'll be over
No.
here then.
I'm finished. I arranged them into a piano.
Everyone give me, Lord.
Whatever you say, Captain.
How about now? No, they're not.
Phew.
They've got LeBron James. LeBron
Bro, the
James is out
garbage.
there with LeBron James. Then it's LeBron James. And it's LeBron in at the two guard. And for Los Angeles, LeBron James is out there with LeBron James.
Dang.
And it's LeBron James.
That's a lot of
And
LeBron
it's
James.
LeBron
right there.
James. And it's James in at center, locking down the middle.
Said they want to ban candy canes because they're shaped like a J, as in Jesus. Well, listen to me, you stupid.
Damn.
And I'm being a gentleman by not using another word to describe you. What if we held it like this? Would that help the situation, you fucking idiot? Have you ever seen a cane?
Chill.
This is what canes look like. So it's a candy cane. Like this. We don't hold it like this unless it's a fucking umbrella, you fucking moron.
Damn, chill, dude. I don't. Oh.
Amy was just another journalist.
We're
in
not
New York
doing
City.
ads. We don't do ads here. Let me check chat again. In the chat, okay. Oh. When am I playing Minecraft? When am I don't know when I'm gonna be playing Minecraft again. I don't know. I'll be figuring that out eventually. And yes, there was an ad there. As for the whole Minecraft thing, I'm unsure. Offensive memes. We're not doing offensive memes here. Oh, this guy's funny. Okay, this guy's funny. I know this guy. I don't
Fresh
actually
juicy memes. Every day 7 p.m. British time. Planes were invented in 1903. Babies in 1902.
Yeah.
Humans.
Laugh it
I can
up,
barely
dude.
sleep at night. Also humans before the sleep. Me farting on the plane and realizing she's small is going to be a problem. Villains after training for 1,000 years. Main character with power of friendship.
What's with that too? What is with the whole like power friendship thing in TV shows? I never understood that.
I'm taken by Earth to complete one revolution around Sun. 365 days. 365 days. 6 hours and 9 minutes. Me realizing my solder wire is not lead free, so I have been sniffing lead every day for the past 4 months. Me trying to save my computer. 2 kids are so gross, why would anyone want them? Anyway, time to clean the crap from my cat's litter box for the next 15 years. It is time to go. Will they forget
I will
me?
never understand cat
Impossible. Every moment is cherished.
I prefer
Forever.
dogs.
Escape. Stay and die. People in horror movies for no reason. Chess players who play till the end when losing. Chess players who resign when losing. Chess players who let the time run out when losing. Doctor, do you drink a lot of soda? Me? No, I mostly drink water. My kidneys. That one person. Me looking for something. Do you remember where you
Am I
last
still
left
doing
it?
the Pokemon Nuzlocke?
MS keeping their home air
Yeah, I think
conditioners
I'm
at
going to.
68
That'll
degrees
probably be
Fahrenheit.
Next week.
25-year-old here,
I don't know when
and
I'm
I
doing it, I
finally
just know
bought
that I'm
it.
doing it.
If you millennials stop blowing money on Uber Eats, you too can buy a set of keys. Children playing in leaves. The brown recluse family that made its home there.
Hate spiders, bro.
My bed when I try to sleep. My bed the moment I toss my phone on it. No Barbie objectifies women. Literally me. Stargazers. First super blue moon in years. First cloudy night in months. Kids, violence is never the answer.
That's
You should drink
debatable.
Sprite warm. Me trying to peacefully sleep. Something stupid or cringe I did 7 years ago.
Why is that true?
My
though?
girlfriend. Can you please buy me Themie? 8-year-old me after accidentally eating a watermelon seed.
Oh my god, I know what that's like.
When you Google the
Hey,
answer
you thought,
and
like,
have to explain your
fruit was
reasoning,
gonna grow out
so
of
you
you.
write the most incoherent explanation known to man. Electricity bill, oil on canvas. But Link said free Robux. You fool, you fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Keep them hot wings from Dollar Tree.
Oh my god.
Movie companies trying to change the race of established characters to force mandatory diversity instead of telling an actually good story. Does it come in black?
Oh my god.
I don't always wear a mask, but when I do, it's because I'm crap-faced at work, stay secretly intoxicated, my friends. When you accidentally beat a boss in your sister's save. Feeling sad, being broke,
I've never
no
beat a
social
boss in a
life,
specific-
having no friends. Gather outlive my enemies. Writes out a thoughtful and well-structured email. Accused of using AI. Communist MS. When they move to China, post a Winnie the Pooh meme online and get sent to a labor camp in Urumqi.
I don't get it.
Me thinking there was one last flight of stairs.
Really thought
When you're taking a dump and he water splashes back up. Overweight people. Horses. Congratulations. You made it to September. Make some noise. All of us. Unicorn. Armored unicorn. Most live action anime adaptations. One Piece.
One Piece is good. I
When
like
the microwave is 0.00003 seconds from going off, it might explode if I don't open it at the exact right time. Nintendo designing the Nintendo Switch Mario Red Edition.
They literally just
Finds new girlfriend howls in joy and relief. 1 year later girlfriend dumps me howls in joy and relief. A man with no beard sits on his spine. Any argument from a user who paid for Twitter Blue.
Oh my god.
8-year-old me staring at the
Who
elf
pays
on the
for
shelf
Twitter?
waiting
Who
for it to
actually
move.
paid for Twitter?
Me who forgot to turn off cosmetics. Every other character in the cutscene. 200 milligrams ibuprofen and 1 glass of water. Excessively drinking all day. What the world thinks of October. What everyone is looking forward to in October.
Yeah, fair enough.
I will go to bed early tomorrow. 6 a.m. When you realize there's a bacteria in Poland, it gives lung disease and spreads by steam. 240 infected, 14 dead this year, so far. Rainby lie. Come closer. I need an option to permanently mute every ad my phone plays.
Yes, I love that.
Modern game
I'll take
releases.
your entire stuff.
Streamer. Rich gamer. Normal people. Did you get into mommy's makeup? Toddlers. Netflix searching through Crunchyroll for another anime adaptation to cancel.
Yes.
When you accidentally like a picture from 3 years ago. You get a 4-minute ad on YouTube, but it's one you can skip. It's not an ad, it's a music video.
Oh.
They do that type of specific music you like. Me listening to my Soviet grandpa's stories of what he did in Berlin after World War II. My company when it's time for raises. Sorry, it's not in the budget. My company when the CEO wants to fly first class to a networking even halfway around the world. The budget is more what you'd call guidelines than actual rules. Customer calls me on my person phone at home to ask what kind of booze they should bring me.
All of it.
Would you like
That's
to
the
donate to
simple
charity?
version, all of it.
Pimples? 0.
Am I boarded?
Blackheads? 0. Chances of me buying a product after being spammed by 100 obnoxious ads for it? 0.
Oh, wait, are you talking to me or?
Waiter at Olive Garden grating parmesan cheese. Say when. Me. What should we do with old people with dementia? Put them in a retirement home. Make them the leaders of our nation. Americans. When clients be like, I found someone cheaper. Random pictures online of women in sports. Middle-aged married dudes commenting beautiful. The Island Boys. The real Island Boys. Life sucks. Everything is crap. Oh my god. A text from girlfriend. 8.9 out of 10.
Nah, for me it's more like, oh my god, a text from somebody. I'm just that lonely. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Nah, you know what we're gonna do instead of memes? We're gonna watch the new game theory video. I'm sure there's at least one of you people in the chat who who want to watch the new game theory video. I have to do that. You want to watch the new game theory video, or are you just bored? I mean, if you're bored, that just makes sense. All we were doing is watching memes. Now we gotta watch the new game theory video because I actually didn't get a chance to do that.
At Ashley's greatest Labor Day mattress sale event, save up to $1,100
God damn it.
on top brand aim adjustable sets. Get free.
A portion of today's episode is sponsored by Delta Force. Let's talk about Eclipse, Sun and Moon, daycare attendant. Whatever you call him, I have one question for you. Why? Why is he here? He was randomly introduced in Security Breach, and sure, he managed to deliver one of the hardest, scariest parts of that game, but really ask yourself, what or who is this thing? In a series that doesn't do coincidences, one already full of a core band of animatronics with old and new faces, as well as deep-cut returns like the Music Man, why introduce a completely random character completely disconnected from everything else? Honestly, I wasn't sure, and I didn't really talk about him in my theories for Security Breach, but it definitely bugged.
I just gotta make sure this is the new one, because I think there's a new video out. Yeah, it is. Okay. Time for a reaction video instead. I hate my life, man. I hate these ads, bro. Thank you.
A portion of today's episode is sponsored.
This is not where we were. There we go. We're at Music Man.
Turns like the Music Man. Why introduce a completely random character completely disconnected from everything else? Honestly, I wasn't sure, and I didn't really talk about him in my theories for Security Breach, but it definitely bugged me in the back of my mind. And now, here he is again in Ruin, and not only is he back, he's got more collectibles than literally any other character. 4 masks, 2 pinatas, 2 plushies, and 2 golden plushies, which is especially strange when main characters like Roxy and Chica only have like 1 or 2 items tops. What is the deal with this thing? Well, give him a nice close-up look. And now watch the clip of the Mimic from the end of the game. You see anything interesting? It's the teeth. The teeth are the same, each one individually attached and able to articulate itself. Eclipse, in some way, is related to the Mimic. And knowing how old the Mimic is, step aside there, Chica. Eclipse was the first. He has truly seen everything.
Is he the Mimic?
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, a show that has valid theories, no eggs required.
My theory is the valid theory. Matt Pat can suck an egg.
This one's for you, Mark.
Last time, we started digging deep into the ruins of Security Breach's DLC, where we started to chip away at this game's mountain of mysteries. In the process, we were able to come to a few solid conclusions. First, that Princess Quest was the canon ending, meaning Vanessa was ultimately freed from the control of Glitchtrap, and everyone celebrated the victory by eating oddly symbolic ice creams on a hill. That also meant that this headless Freddy with the word prototype on his foot, it was indeed Gregory's Freddy. But perhaps the biggest twist of all was that underneath the rubble, underneath the Pizzaplex and FNAF 6 hid the one and only Circus Babies Pizza World. This revelation was huge. Not only did it suggest that Circus Babies has been around since some of the earliest days of the franchise, but I think it also reveals what the true purpose of Ruin is. This game isn't about looking at the future of the franchise. Instead, it's all about the past. I believe that Ruin is trying to tie up the loose ends from parts of the franchise we left forgotten. That way, we can move forward with later games. And so today, we're going to be diving into that past, because that history is going to be the key to understanding Mixes, Sun and Moon, the truth behind Glamrock Bonnie, and even our new protagonist, Cassie. So hold on to your nearest handrail, theorists. This elevator is taking a one-way trip straight to the first floor. Or should I say we're taking a trip?
You know what I was wondering? I was wondering who sabotaged the elevator at the end of the game. Because I don't think Gregory could have actually cut the line at the end. Unless he's extremely smart to where he can just remotely do that, but I don't think that's the case.
Trip straight to the first lore. I could say that, but I probably shouldn't. That's a really terrible joke. Anyway, let's start off by talking about our new protagonist, Cassie. Even though we spend a whole game with her, we ultimately don't learn all that much about her. Basically, we learn 2 things. She's a fan of Roxy, and she's got some real bad luck with vents.
Honestly, it was just repetitive. It was really, really repetitive.
This vent is creaky. I really hope it's... Look, no more vents. Every single time I get in one, it breaks or something jumps out at me.
We also know that no one showed up for her birthday party.
Sad.
Have you booked your party? I'm sure your friends will show up this
Sucks.
Well, no one except for Gregory, which is why she's so determined to save him. It's kind of cute. But aside from that, there's not a whole lot else about her. In fact, in an odd twist, we actually learn more about her dad than we do about her.
A fast wrench.
Maybe she's
just like my dad's.
And it's not just in
No,
random
'cause they're-
throwaway lines either.
I
Thanks
was
to the
gonna say
AR
maybe she's
collectibles
related
found throughout the
to
game, we
one of
get a
the
ton of
missing
information about Cassie's father. That her dad used to collect
From-
old Freddy and Friends
from the
lunchboxes.
first
That
game,
Bonnie
but
was
then
his
I thought,
favorite
like, no, 'cause
character.
they're
That he
from the
refused
80s.
to tell Cassie why Bonnie got replaced. And notice how
I'm pretty
every
sure
line
isn't,
describing him is written in the past tense, implicitly
if I'm
telling us that her
wrong,
dad is no
but-
longer around. There is a lot
This
in
is in
here.
the
It would be fine if
2000s,
she just offhandedly mentioned her dad once, but the fact that Steel Wool has put multiple references in here means that this character has to be important in some way. But how? And more importantly, why? Well, for Cassie to say that her Faz wrench is just like her dad's makes it pretty darn obvious that he not only worked for Fazbear Entertainment, but he was also a technician. Throughout the years, we've encountered a handful of technicians, mostly in the books. They're usually adjusting rides, fixing animatronics, nothing too exciting. However, there is one set of technicians that has gone long forgotten in the game series. That's right, way back in Sister Location, we got to see actual humans in this series, only for them to quickly get Sayori'd out of the picture. Heck, we even got to hear these guys.
Just seems like
DDLC reference. That's new.
Now, I'm not saying that Cassie's dad is one of the two men that we hear talking or see hanging, but the ending's connections to Sister Location, plus the trailer for Help Wanted 2 featuring the Sister Location
Oh, I don't
elevator
wanna
and
play
an electric
Help
panel like
Wanted
the ones that we see throughout
because
Ruin, it
I'm
all
not
leads
gonna
me to
lie,
believe
I
that her
would get
father
nasty
was
a
one
lot.
of these sorts of technicians, one of the technicians that worked as a part of Circus Baby's entertainment and rentals. In fact, I suspect that he's the one we'll be playing as in that new game, Help Wanted 2, coming out later this year. As the trailer says,
Welcome back for another week of career fulfillment and minimal social interaction.
clearly this is someone who's been down here before, and the facility in the game is working and operational. Notice the lack of yellow danger tape found at the bottom of the elevator shaft. We're going to be joining him for a few days on the job, which in turn should give us the backstory for the events that we're seeing play out during the ending of Ruin. Maybe even witnessing the moment that they had to seal up the Mimic. In fact, I'll take it
Mimic.
one step further. Now, this
Yeah.
one is a long
The
shot,
creature that
but
was
I
chasing us
suspect
the
that
other
he
day,
and
yeah.
Cassie might wind up united down there in the bunker at the end of all of this. You see, even though Cassie speaking about her father in the past tense implies that he's
I think
dead, I don't think that that's
I was gonna
actually
say, I
the
think
case.
he's-
I
he may
think
be
he
dead,
just
but
went
okay.
missing. Look at these two item descriptions. The first is for the AR Bonnie mask, which reads, "What happened to you?" You might interpret that to be what happened to you, Glamrock Bonnie, but that's not true. First, this is an AR mask of the original Bonnie. It's a mask first seen in Help Wanted 1 as part of the Trick or Treat minigame. It actually far predates the Pizzaplex. But secondly, and more importantly, Cassie actually knows the truth about what happened to Glamrock Bonnie. She knows that it was Monty Gator who eliminated him from the picture. In a later item description, this time for the AR Glam Monty plush, the description reads, "It's hard to look at. Why? Why would the only Monty item that Cassie can collect in the entire game be so hard to look at?" Well, it's because she knows what he did. She knows that Monty's guilty, violent, responsible for trashing Glamrock Bonnie. And as a result, Cassie has a hard time looking at him the same way again. So wait, if the line "What happened to you" isn't about Glamrock Bonnie, then who is it about? Well, it's about her dad. He disappeared one day and they don't know where or why. That's why she refers to him in the past tense. But that then leads us to another question. Why is she reminded of him with that particular item, the Bonnie mask? Just because Bonnie was his favorite? No. I suspect it's because her father wore that Bonnie mask. And not only did he wear it, he wore it during the single most infamous scene in the entire franchise, the Bite of 83.
Was that the Bite of 87?
No, Mark, no, it wasn't. My theories are the only valid theories. You go lick a stick. I'm saying that
Lick a
Cassie's
stick.
dad is the Bonnie bro. Now,
Okay.
that at first might seem like a stretch, but again, remember what prompts the memory of her father. An
Fair
old
enough.
mask of the original Bonnie. Just like Bonnie bro wore on that fateful day all those
Wait,
years
hold
ago.
on, but
What's
you know what
more,
I don't
notice
understand?
what's missing from all these collections.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand how he got that, because at the time the original Bonnie didn't exist. Unless I'm wrong, then y'all get to bully me in the comments and in the chat. You guys get to bully me in the chat or in the comments. If you're watching this after, you get to bully me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think the original Bonnie existed back then. Maybe it was just meant to be another rendition of Spring Bonnie at the time.
collectibles. You have a Bonnie mask and a Foxy mask, but no Freddy, no Chica mask. It's suspicious, right? Like, why? Why would Steel Wool include such a random and, more importantly, incomplete collection of memorabilia? It's clearly them trying to tell us something, that this mask is connected to the Foxy mask, the one that Michael wore during the bite of '83. What's more, Cassie's dad is clearly established to be a massive fan of the Freddy's franchise. One of the collectibles in Ruin are these cute little Freddy and Friends lunchboxes that we're told he used to collect. Now, Freddy and Friends was a cartoon series created by Steel Wool to help promote the release of Security Breach a couple years ago. It was animated in the style of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, similar to things like Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, the Flintstones, old shows that actually started in the late 60s but remained popular throughout the 70s and the 80s. Dates that very nicely line up with Fredbear's Family Diner being open. And that's not all the proof we have here. Notice how these lunchboxes have a classic metal design with a metal handle on top? They're very similar to designs that we saw popular for kids' lunchboxes that existed between the 50s and the 80s. But here's the thing, we don't even need to go as far as masks and lunchboxes and cartoons. Pull up Cassie, pull up Bonnie, bro. Can you guess where I'm going with this? Can you? If only there were a way that I could just, I don't know, just visualize the design similarities between these two characters. Oh, I know. Hey, editors, do you reckon you could whip up something for me? Maybe something that connects the red shirt, blue shorts, brown hair, maybe the darker skin tone of these two characters? Yes! Beautiful. It's like a work of art. Pièce de résistance. I mean, really, what more proof do you need of this one? But that then brings us back to the question of why? Why pick Bonnie Bro, of all people? Just for the Easter egg? A random reference to a past character? I don't think that's it. For 9 years now, FNAF has been the story of one family, the Aftons. This was their tale. Their lives, their mistakes, their deaths, their resurrections, all of it culminating in that FNAF 6 fire. But with the introduction of characters like Bonnie Bro as Cassie's father, we're being told that we need to widen our scope, not just focus on the Aftons, but rather to those around them. I still believe FNAF 1 through 6 is the Afton story, but this new era of FNAF, it's about how the actions of the Aftons during their story affected the people around them, the ripple effects, the collateral damage. Bonnie Bro was just a kid who grew up loving Bonnie, loved watching the show made by his best friend's dad. But when that friend, Michael Afton, roped him into a prank that went horribly wrong, he never lived it down. He went on to study robotics and become a technician so that it would never happen again. And Ruin just keeps on digging up the past, because now I want to talk about arguably the most confusing character across the entire franchise, Eclipse. But first, I need to tell you about something else that has a long history. Today's sponsor, Delta Force. This game goes way back, and I do mean way. They were born. Special Force is, which take even seen it from Indie vs. Goshen mode, Rain Food, which put me and you got you covered.
I got you guys covered. You don't have to watch.
There may even be and click the way, which means that decades. Sponsoring the daycare attendant. Now it's time to talk about the perseverance of someone else, a character from FNAF this time, the daycare attendant. In general, Sun and Moon, they just don't work. They're a court jester, which makes sense inside of a castle-themed daycare, but not in the whole 80s-tastic, futuristic pizzaplex. So where did this thing come from? Well, underneath this terrifying mask is a set of robotic teeth. And those aren't just any teeth, they're made to move independently. Now, that might not seem like that important of a design feature, but believe me, it is. There's only one other character with teeth like that, and it's the Mimic. Now take another look at Eclipse's design. It's a scrawny design with arms and torso that are basically just long metal rods with springs wrapped around them. And when you take a look at the back of the head, you'll see a circuit board just there, out in the open. The design feels simple, rudimentary, very bare bones, just like the Mimic, who's made up of old parts from industrial machines. Two animatronics made from the same basic shapes and parts. Now, am I saying that Eclipse is a Mimic? No. But what I am saying is that these animatronics seem to come from the same time period. A time period that predates practically everything that we've seen in this franchise. How early are we talking about here? Well, for the answer, again, I turn your attention to the AR collectibles. Well, playing through the game, I just couldn't shake how random the collection was. I've talked about this before. A Foxy and Bonnie mask partnered with a Sun and Moon mask. Where's Freddy and Chica? A similar thing happens with the golden plushies. You got Sun Moon, Foxy, Bonnie, Baby, and Glamrock Freddy. It's a weird assortment, but again, there's no Chica. Or you got the pinatas. There's just 3 of them. Sun Moon and Bonnie. Not labeled Glamrock Bonnie, just Bonnie. It's almost like the game is trying to tell us something with all these random groupings and which animatronics are present where. And I suspect that what we're actually seeing here are the eras of the franchise and the key players that existed in each one. And the one who came first, Sun and Moon. You'll notice that of all the collectibles, there are 2 that are visibly unique relative to all the others. A collection of 2 masks that stand out from the rest. The comedy mask and the tragedy mask. They have no eye or mouth holes. They're not even colored. And the fact that they're labeled comedy and tragedy Tragedy, and not Sun and Moon, tells us that these weren't just any masks, they were old theater masks. You're probably familiar with these things, the laughing and crying masks. Well, you see, the tradition of theater masks actually originates in ancient Greek theater. The first plays evolved from rituals that involved masks, so it was natural for actors to wear masks that represented these heightened emotions that their characters were feeling. And while I don't think that Sun and Moon date back nearly that far, I do suspect that these masks were actually Afton's first creations. For years, we've been left to speculate about a time that came before Fredbear's Family Diner, and I did my best in the Ultimate Timeline to piece together a plausible narrative for what would bring Afton to create Fazbear based on the evidence that we had available. But I think that these AR collectibles are Steel Wool's way of telling us that journey. Look at the evolution that's present here. Comedy and tragedy masks. They're the first. They're part of some theater or vaudeville-style sideshow. Then you go to Sun, Moon, and Bonnie Pinatas. A third new character gets added into the mix. Afton's character, the Bunny. Then there are 4 masks. Still Sun and Moon, then Bonnie, and then Foxy. There's no Freddy or Chica because they're not here yet. They didn't join the band, as it were, until William and Henry started working together. It's then, and only then, when Henry brings his barnyard animals to the table, Chica, Pigpatch, Happy Frog, that we see the Lunchbox crew develop. The core 4 that we've known and loved since FNAF 1. And then the AR plushies are just everyone who's currently relevant inside of the Pizzaplex, i.e. every character that's been created. As for the golden plushies, I'm not quite sure what they're meant to be. That one remains to be seen. Regardless, that progression of character development would explain why Afton's solo adventure after the closure of Freddy's was circus-themed. He's had himself a jester and jester-adjacent characters for years. Though, I would like to point out very strongly that a jester and circuses are not one and the same thing. A clown is not a jester, and a jester is not a clown who works at a circus. A jester is someone who entertains royalty, a king and a queen. He does not work under a big top coming out of a small car. And don't even get me started on the fact that everyone's teasing this new game, Carnival theme, which again, carnivals are not circuses and circuses are not jesters. You're all just trying to retroactively fit them into these themes where they don't technically go, which honestly probably tells you more about the lore than you would expect. It's actually kind of smart world building. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. Anyway, we know thanks to the Tales from the Pizzaplex that a jester costume was present all the way back when the original Mimic was made. Quote, Dominic's flashlight glow picked out a brown Freddy Fazbear costume, a yellow Chica costume, a Foxy costume, a Bonnie costume, and a couple bright pink and yellow-green court jester costumes. And it's clear that the jester idea persisted throughout all of Afton's plans, because in the epilogues of the Tales from the Pizzaplex book, we also read this, quote again, as soon as Lucia's hand slipped into the jester costume sleeve, she recoiled and snatched her hand back. What is it? Kelly asked. It's okay. I just almost got into a springlock suit is all. The jester costume developed from just a normal costume into a springlock suit. Suits, which were definitely used in Circus Baby's Pizza World.
Try not to wiggle, though. You're inside something that came from my old pizzeria. I don't think it was ever used. I'd recommend that you keep the spring locks wound up.
The springlock suit in the epilogue also has a mask that matches up almost perfectly with our daycare attendant. One final quote. Lucia stepped up to the costume, expressing a shiver at the jester's leering, toothy grin and its wide eyes. And the best part is, thanks to the Mimic, I think I can pinpoint exactly when Circus Baby started and eventually fell through. I decided to look a little deeper into the room just before the Mimic chase. It's an old room, filled with shattered security nodes, propane tanks, and the Mixus hub, all connected to a computer which we can use to free the Mimic. Now, the majority of people have been assuming that Mixes is Gregory's doing. His backpack is down there after all, and the
Does Gregory even have a backpack?
For you to get your
Hold on.
So stop straining your eyes and start listening.
Mimic has his...
Hold on. Gregory doesn't have a backpack, does he? Hold on. Prove me. I'm going to prove you all wrong. Gregory doesn't have a backpack. I'm going to prove everyone who thought Gregory had a backpack wrong. Where do any of you see a backpack? Where do you see a backpack? Matt, that's something you got wrong. He doesn't have a backpack. Unless he got one after the ending. Wait, did he get one during the one ending? Hold on. Harry with does he actually? Did he actually get one in one of the endings, or? No, I don't think he got one. He never had one. I was right. I'm a genius.
Walkie-talkie, but something just didn't add up to me. The computer controlling the Mixes server is way, way older than any of the other technology that we see throughout the Pizzaplex. We've got camera galleries, modern office spaces, even portable security camera viewing stations. But this super important system for keeping the killer robot under lock and key is using only an old CRT monitor? Yeah, no, that doesn't feel right to me. And this computer isn't just any computer, its design matches those from the 1980s. Specifically, it reminds me of the IBM PCJR.
I actually have a 2000.
Get this, 1984. Mixes has been around for a long time, trying to keep the Mimic locked away, but why? Well, I think I have an answer to that. An answer that also gives us an explanation for why Mixes shows itself as a blue rabbit. See, I don't think Afton only copied physical characteristics from the Mimic to make animatronics like Eclipse. I think he also took its software to speed up his creation process. I think that this was one of the ways he was able to populate Circus Baby's pizza world with the Funtime animatronics. As John from the channel FNAF has been quick to point out time and time again, almost all of the Funtimes have themselves a very specific function. They have the ability to mimic voices. Just like John, I too believe that Afton got that functionality from the Mimic program itself. After the tragic death of his son during the bite of 1983, Afton needed a backup plan, something that he could build fast, just in case the Fazbear name was permanently tarnished. So he went back to the Mimic program and made a copy of its software, transferring it into his newest creations, hoping that they would be able to learn routines much faster. He could then give them stomach hatches and other features to help him capture kids, all to forward his experiments in bringing his son back to life. Everything looked like it was going according to plan, but sadly, we know what happened. His daughter got too close to one of his traps and was killed. Afton was obviously devastated by this and shut the whole thing down. The Mimic program had failed spectacularly. He sealed up the old location with concrete, and as a safety measure, he created a new program that would keep the Mimic locked away permanently. A system wrapped in his signature purple, guarded by the one creature that he could trust, the rabbit Bonnie. And so Mixes was born. That then gives us two separate Mimics, one inside Baby and the Funtimes, ready to be collected by Fazbear Entertainment and used to create VR experiences, and the other still trapped down in the basement. This would actually go a long way to explain a weird moment from the middle of Ruin, where Helpy and the Mimic argue with one another.
What happened to it? Yeah, with my help.
They're both Mimic AI, so what exactly is going on here? Well, it's two versions of the same program finally in the same place after so long. Helpy is the Mimic program in the network, while the Mimic talking to Cassie is the physical Mimic down in the basement. It's possible, it's confusing, and I suspect it might just be right. Yes, all in a day's work for FNAF lore, am I right? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. So that's all for me. For today. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to watch, or whatever else. But anyway, let's see. Is there anything else I want to add? No. No, that's about it. All right, everybody. I will see you all in the next video, or in the next stream, or whatever I choose to do. Really. We're just gonna... Can't do that. Don't do that. Get out of here, dude. Alright, anyway, see you all in the next video. Bye.